When I met Robert, I wasn't looking for anyone. But our story didn't begin in the way you might think. We actually met online, in 2005, on a gay site called Daddy Hunt. At first, it was just messages, then phone calls, and then, before I knew it, Robert became the person I needed to talk to every day. For 3 years, we talked for hours. 2 hours daily, sometimes more. We spent time getting to know each other deeply. He gave me advice on things that could harm me, like smoking and drinking too much, always in the gentlest way. In many ways, he became the man I could turn to for guidance. Maybe even a substitute for my dad, because with my biological father, I could never open up about my inner truth. But with Robert, I felt completely free to ask any question I needed to ask. And then, after 3 years of waiting, it was March 28, 2008 when he flew to Bogotá, Colombia to visit me for 8 days. Since the moment I knew he was coming to visit me in Bogotá, I started rehearsing for that moment I would finally have him in front of me. I practiced what to say. I picked the perfect outfit. I searched for the right words. But when I finally saw him there at the airport, my mind went blank. All I could do was look into his eyes, smile, and hug him. I forgot who was watching. I heard no other sound but the deep voice that greeted me, a voice that seemed to echo in the deepest part of me. I was terrified, but also full of a joy I'd never known. We got into a taxi together, heading to reunite with my family, and that's when it happened. The softest, most tender kiss. It was quick, almost shy, but it carried 3 years' worth of love and longing. Those 8 days were the scariest, but also the most amazing of my life up to that point. From there, everything changed. Years later, on January 6, 2015, we married. But honestly, the vows began long before that day, built in the countless small moments when he chose to stay. Robert wasn't the man I had once imagined loving. He didn't look like the polished, magazine-perfect fantasy I thought love had to be. No. He was real, present, grounded, a man of depth, of intellect, of steadiness, a man who didn't want to save me, just see me. And when he did, I felt it. Not like lightning, but like gravity. I wasn't falling in love. I was being held by it. With Robert, I didn't have to perform. I didn't have to convince him I was worthy. I didn't have to explain my past or my wounds before he gave me his hand. He didn't flinch at the broken pieces. He simply made space for them. He listened. He laughed. He challenged me. He never competed with my pain. He never tried to fix it. He just stayed. And slowly, so slowly I almost didn't notice, he became my north. Not because he gave me direction, but because when I stood next to him, I finally knew what direction was. I wasn't walking in circles anymore. I was walking toward something, toward someone. And for the first time, I wasn't afraid of where it would lead. But that doesn't mean I wasn't scared. Even in love, there was fear. Fear of being fully seen. Fear of being too much, or not enough. Fear that happiness was a trick of the light, that if I blinked, it would disappear. But Robert never pressured me to move faster than I was ready for. He didn't rush me out of my shadows. He stood at their edge and said, "Take your time, I'll be here." That kind of love, it changes you. Not overnight, not with fireworks, but slowly, with small, repeated acts of presence, with ordinary moments that become sacred just because you live them together. Now, years later, I look at him and see more than a partner. I see a mirror, the kind that doesn't distort or flatter, but reflects who I am at my core. He is not the other half of me. He is the best half of me. He didn't rescue me. He reminded me that I had already survived, and that I was finally, unquestionably, home